Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So first of all, I have to say I'm doing this voiceover again. It's 6:30 in the morning when I'm doing this. And the reason why is because today I woke up to almost 100 views to this video yesterday. I was so excited, and then I realized there were comments, and I was checking the comments, and all of them said it's really cute, but the video cuts when you're decorating the living room. And I was like, how is it even possible? I mean, I edited the video, everything's correct. Why would that happen? And I checked, and yeah, actually, that was an issue. I don't know what happened when I was exporting the video, or something happened. The video marked the 22 minutes that was supposed to last. And I uploaded it to YouTube, and everything was great. And for some reason, it just cuts at minute 12, and then it ends suddenly. So yeah, I'm doing the voiceover again. Hopefully it's not that big of a deal for those of you who actually watched the first 12 minutes of this, but I do want to say thank you so much to people that commented that there was an issue with the video, because otherwise I wouldn't have noticed. And I actually didn't realize that the video was 10 minutes shorter on YouTube. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna be paying more attention to this, but thank you so much to those people who actually took the time to watch it, and then were kind of bummed because the video cuts at minute 12. But I'm gonna make sure that this one works perfectly fine, so you can watch all the process and everything that I did in this build. Because as I mentioned in the other version of this video, this is a cottage for a fairy, and I actually had so much fun building it, because I actually I was really not sure that we were ever going to be getting fairies in The Sims 4, and now that they announced it, I am really excited. I do like having occults and having more occults in the game. I think it makes it more like versatile, and a lot more appealing to a lot of people that maybe don't like to play with only like normal Sims, but they like the occults. So I just really like having more occults in the game, and fairies was something that we were wanting for so long, because we do have it in other versions of The Sims. And there were some things that I was really concerned when people started like guessing and trying to say that we were going to be getting fairies, but the Sims team hadn't made announcements or anything yet. One of the things, and I mentioned this in Stassi J's podcast, by the way, the best podcast for The Sims. So if you want to go and watch it, like listen to it, I'm going to be linking it here in the description. So if you want to go and check it out, there's also a YouTube channel. So yeah, Stassi, we were talking about the new kits that we got, and then we started talking a little about all the speculation that we had that they were going on about the fairies. And some things that I mentioned was that I really wanted the fairies to be like the ones from The Sims 3, so that they were able to be tiny, so they can shrink. And we have like the fairy houses that are so cute, and also something similar to I said that I wanted it to be something like the Tinkerbell saga. So they were able to have different like focus points when it comes to their magic, or maybe you can have evil fairies or stuff like that. Like maybe you have a fairy that is more into animals or stuff like that. I don't think that that's what we're gonna be getting in Enchanted by Nature. But I really hope we have like these points, like the charts that we got with vampires and werewolves and now ghosts. I really hope we get that, so we can unlock different activities for fairies, and we can have like different varieties of things to do with them. And I think it would be great to have something like that. I don't know, but that was one of the things that I said that I really wanted, because I had so much fun with the fairies in The Sims 3, and having them be tiny and flying around and having these tiny little fairy houses and stuff. That was something that I really, really liked from The Sims 3, and I really wanted it to be in The Sims 4 if we ever got fairies. And now it was confirmed that that's something that we're gonna have. So I'm really excited about it. It's not like the issue we got with mermaids, that they really they didn't improve mermaids from The Sims 3 to The Sims 4. In The Sims 3, you were able to like swim under the water, and you were able to see what was going on there, and you could interact with the plants and stuff, like all the nature underwater. And the mermaids were way better in The Sims 3. I actually have to confess this. I said it in the other version of this video, but I'm gonna say it anyways in here. So if you haven't seen it, you can listen to this. I moved to The Sims 4 when we got Island Living. I knew we got The Sims 4 since the very first day it was released. But I was such a Sims 3 player. I loved The Sims 3 so much. I loved all the expansion packs that I had, all the different DLCs that I had, because I do not have all of them so far. I'm trying to purchase all the Sims 3 DLCs. But my favorite was Island Paradise, and playing with the mermaids and being able to do all those things and being able to build houseboats and stuff like that. That was so cool to me. So a friend of mine, she got The Sims 4 during the release period, I think, and she told me it was amazing, that I should give it a try. And I said, no, I'm not gonna be moving to The Sims 4 until we get mermaids. And that's what I did. And then I realized the mermaids were not as good, but I still love this game. This is definitely the one that I've played for the longest time, and the one that I've been improving the most in. So I love The Sims 4, and I was so nervous about fairies because I didn't want to have that same kind of disappointment that I got from The Sims 3 moving to The Sims 4 with the mermaids. I didn't want that to happen with the fairies. And I think they're not going to be a disappointment. I think they're going to be really cool. And I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I just... The other thing that I remember saying to Stassi was that I wanted the furniture to be more like the Tinkerbell Saga kind of furniture. So a lot of crafts items, a lot of wood tones, something that didn't feel like too niche, I would say. But because the items from Realm of Magic, for instance, they're really specific, and I didn't want this to be too specific but still feel like it was nature inspired and stuff. And from what I've seen so far, I love it, and I think it makes sense, and I think it's basically what I was hoping we would get with fairies. So I'm really excited about it. And now I've been talking about this for almost 8 minutes now. I haven't said anything about this build. So yeah, we're actually building in Granite Falls today. This is the world that we got with the Outdoor Retreat game pack, and I wanted to build in this world because even though it's a vacation world, so your Sims technically, if you put this house in this lot, your Sims cannot live here. But I really wanted to have all the forest and everything surrounding this build, because I was thinking this house was for a fairy that lives by herself. She's more like an animal fairy, something like that, because she's gonna have a lot of animals here. So you see me adding the bunny trunk. I also added the birds, and I'm gonna be adding a cow and some bunnies here moving around, and also on the inside there's gonna be a crow. So there are many animals in here. I really wanted to have mini sheep and mini goat as well in here, but I thought those animals don't fit with the woods and then like the forest and stuff, so I decided against it. And also I didn't want them to be confined to a specific space, because I thought this fairy was more an animal friend or something like that, so she kind of summons the animals or something, so she wouldn't have like a shed. And if you have the mini sheep and the mini goat, they're gonna be roaming around, and they're gonna get away from your lot and stuff. That's the same reason why I didn't have a chicken coop in here. But anyways, I really had a lot of fun with this build. I'm also working on another fairy build inspired, so in case you want to see it, stay tuned, because I'm gonna be uploading it soon. I already finished it. I'm so proud of that build. It's way different from this one. You wouldn't imagine that I built something like that, because it's definitely not something that is typical to me to build. It's really different. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about this build, because I think I've been just talking about random stuff all this time for 10 minutes now. So we're in the interior now and we're decorating the kitchen. I actually really like this floor plan. I play tested this build and everything works, so I'm so proud of it. I think I had to move like one thing, or maybe I didn't have to move anything at all. I don't exactly remember, but if you see any changes in the screenshots, it's because I had to change something, but it wouldn't be something too important. But I'm pretty sure I didn't have to move anything from this build. I didn't have to change anything from the layout or the decorations and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I didn't have to do anything like that. But I really wanted to have like this kind of woodsy, whimsical vibes to this build, and I think I accomplished it. And that's mainly thanks to the Realm of Magic items, because you see the stove and the fridge are from Realm of Magic and they're really whimsical. And I really wanted to go for greens and stuff like that. And I don't think I've ever realized that we got the Realm of Magic items in green, and I think it's beautiful. I think they look so nice, and I think it just screams magical creatures. So that I was so happy about that. And yeah, this kitchen ends up being really simple. It has a lot of different decorations, as you can see. Some things that I don't usually use, like this kind of bucket with fruits and vegetables from for rent, but I ended up really liking it. The aesthetic of this build is so cool. I really had a lot of fun with it, and it gave me the chance to use more items from Realm of Magic, because I don't usually use these items. As I mentioned before, they're really specific, and you cannot just build a suburban house and use items from Realm of Magic. It's kind of weird. So having the chance to build for occults and building more of a cottage and something more like woods inspired and stuff and magical, I think it just allows us to use Realm of Magic quite a lot. So I was so happy that I was able to use it. So you see me here using the sofa and also this chair from Realm of Magic, and they look so cool. I really like it. And I added this bookshelf from Werewolves as well. I'm gonna be adding it twice in this video in different colors, and I just really like it because it feels handmade, it feels woodsy, it feels like crafted, and that was kind of the idea that I was trying to go for this build. So that's why I also used the coffee table from Outdoor Retreat, because it feels crafted, and that was really what I was trying to accomplish here. I thought, as I said, that this fairy is more of an animal fairy, but she can be a crafter as well, because I'm gonna be adding the woodworking table in this build. There's also outside the flower arranging table, so she can do a lot of things in this house. Things that I didn't add were a TV and a computer, because I think that they don't work properly with the aesthetic. But I mean, she can play with the animals, and she can read, and she can, I don't know, do different stuff to have fun. But I actually didn't want to have a computer or a TV. And also you can have a laptop like in your inventory, and you can place it in here if you need to, but I just didn't want to add it in here because of the aesthetic. But of course you can do whatever you want with this build. Once you download it from the gallery, it's completely up to you. Just don't re-upload it as your own. That's the only thing that I really always encourage you not to do, because it takes me time, inspiration, and a lot of time actually to build something like this, and then edit it and upload it to YouTube and stuff. So please just download this build and play with it, and if you need to do some changes for your gameplay, you're more than welcome to do so. Of course, just don't re-upload it as your own. But yeah, we're decorating the dining room right now. I'm adding all these different things that I just feel like they work. They just feel perfect for this build. And also I'm adding more vegetables and crops and stuff in the kitchen. I just thought it would be so cool to have more stuff like this, and having the hamper from the Sleek bathroom kit was just perfect for it. It's wicker, so it's amazing. Now we're creating like a cauldron situation here, and I do have to say, I really wanted to have like a proper fireplace for it, something that felt more handmade or something like that. But I ended up going with this chimney like fireplace from Jungle Adventure that it was just perfect. I have to change the swatch to it, but it just works so well. And I loved it. I think it was like a perfect place to use something like this. And the cauldron is from the Spooky Stuff bag. And also, if you're wondering, the wallpaper in here, like the paneling, is actually from Spooky Stuff bag as well. I used those two items from the Spooky Stuff bag. So if you don't have it, you can just replace it. I really tried to use the cauldrons from Realm of Magic because I wanted it to feel like you could actually create potions and stuff if you were like maybe a fairy that is into herbalism or something. But the cauldrons were too massive for this build. I didn't want them to be outside. I didn't want to create like a basement or anything, but I really like how this looks. And if you need to get rid of this to add like the functional cauldrons, you can do so if you want. But at least for the aesthetic, I think this looks so well. I really like it. I'm so proud of this build, I have to say. And I'm so bummed that I have to do everything again in the voiceover because it wasn't going as I expected in the previous version of this video. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much to the people that commented and mentioned that the video cut in the minute 12 because I mean, it's so frustrating that you guys are not able to see everything because the people that stayed for 12 minutes are the people that are most likely going to stay for the rest of the video. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much for staying up to the end of the video. I'm so sorry that this happened. It wasn't my intention, of course. This is the first time that's ever happened, something like this to me. So yeah, I'm really sorry. I just want to apologize. I feel like I need to apologize for that. I should have paid more attention to this video. But anyways, we're decorating like this crafts area here. I added some planters in the inside of this build as well because I thought if you have seasons, you could just have some planters here and you can plant different things and they will not be affected by the seasons, but you can still plant stuff outside anyways. And I thought it would be a nice space, like a nice way to cover up some space in here because this house ends up being quite big. I also added the woodworking table, as I said, and some different details here. And here's the crow. I added some newspaper under the crow in case it poops or something. That's just for realism. I think the crow doesn't do anything like that. But in The Sims 3 they would do so, and that was something really fun. I would love to play with like the same like birds version of The Sims 3 in The Sims 4. It would have been great. But I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I hope this is the last time that I say it, but I think the crows were a missed opportunity for us to get more birds in The Sims. I would have loved to have added like a parrot here or a cockatoo or a phoenix. That would have been amazing. Having more birds in The Sims 4 would have been great, and that they had more, I don't know, more playability, I would say. In The Sims 3 you could actually do more stuff with them and they would poop and you have to clean, and you would have like a bird's nest, like I mean an aviary and stuff like that for your bird, and you could do more stuff with them. So I think it was kind of a missed opportunity for us to get more birds and stuff, more pets. I mean, we got cats, dogs, horses, we have the rodents and mini sheep and mini goats and chicken and cows and llamas, and I think all those animals are quite great. But the crows, yeah, I would have loved to have gotten parrots at least to make it more versatile, I think. But anyways, this is the bathroom. I really like it. And now we're moving into the last room of this build that is going to be the main bedroom, and I use this bed from Outdoor Retreat that I think it just works perfectly. Originally I thought of using the bed from Realm of Magic, but it just felt too fancy and I wanted to go for something that was more suitable for this style, and this bed was just perfect. And I actually almost never use this bed, so I thought it was just amazing, like the best opportunity for me to use it. So here it is, and I think it ends up looking so cool. I love it so much. And adding all these vines here behind the bed, like sort of a heads, like what's it called, a header to the bed. I think it looks so cool. It's something that I haven't done before, so I was so proud of this build. Adding this mirror from the Crystal Creations or Werewolves, I don't know, I don't remember, but I that mirror is one of my favorites. I love it so much. I think it's beautiful, but I almost never get the chance to use it, so I had to use it in here, and I ended up really liking how this bedroom looks. I think it's beautiful. I'm gonna be changing the lights here because I didn't want it to feel too bright. I wanted it to feel more off the grid, I would say, but this is not an off the grid build, so don't worry about that. But the hanging lights in here, they make it look so nice. And yeah, we're gonna be adding some final details to the outside because I thought, okay, I'm gonna be adding a cow shed in here. In the final version, it's gonna be moved a little bit because when I was playtesting this build and I kept the shed in there, the cow was clipping through the walls and going inside of the build because of the footprint of this item, so I had to move it a little bit, but it's not so terrible. I mean, I didn't even notice. But yeah, we're actually heading to the end of the video now, so I really hope you guys like it, and if you did, please remember to like this video, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.